Hello, welcome to my channel, Crafty Fox DIYs. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 DIYs using calendar pages. Let's get started. For this first project, I am using this calendar page. It has the sport knife and spoon on it, and I'm also using some jute twine and some jute rope and a large tin can, and I'm painting the tin can black. And the reason why I am painting it black is so that way the lines on the back side of the calendar page don't show through. If I were to paint it white, those lines would show through. Now, after I've got my can painted and dried, then I just measure the calendar page against the can and then cut it so that it will fit on my can. Just need to trim that off just a little bit more. And then I cover the can in a nice coat of Mod Podge so that my calendar page will stick to the tin can very well. After I get it completely covered in the Mod Podge, then I will wrap the calendar page around the tin can, trim off any excess. I also made sure I put a little extra Mod Podge there where the sides of the calendar page met. And then I'm going to put some felt on the bottom of my tin can. I just think it gives it more of a finished look. I only had this piece of dark blue, so I used it, but it is going on the bottom so that it's not going to be necessarily visible, but you can make it sure that it's exactly, a matching color if you want to. Although I think with the colors that are on this calendar page, the dark blue looked fine. And now I'm going to take this jute rope and I'm going to hot glue that around the top and bottom of the can. And whenever I cut the end off, I cut it at an angle so that way the two ends will go together more nicely instead of being overlapped, and it looks messy. So if you cut them at an angle though, they'll go together better and they won't look so messy on the ends. And there's that one. Now for the second project, I am using this one. It says coffee on the coffee mug and then fresh brewed. And I'm cutting out the coffee mug and I'm going to be painting this black. So I'm leaving some of the white around the coffee mug so that it'll be distinguishable between the black on the coffee mug and black on the charger. I just used my utility knife there to cut out the inside of the handle of the coffee mug. And now I'm cutting out the words fresh and brewed. And I'm going to paint my charger. I'm going to paint that in black. It's the same concept as it was with the other one. Painting it black would keep the lettering from showing through. But then after I cut the words out and I put them onto the charger, I realized that they weren't going to work stuck together as a complete word. So I decided instead that I would cut the letters apart. So there will be individual letters. And then I thought, well, that's not going to look very good, these letters put on there with the white background. So my solution to that then was to dry brush on some white paint. Now, I went a little heavier than just dry brushing around the sides of the charger, but I still let some of the black show through. I didn't give it complete coverage. I just cut it in, and then you'll see once I get everything on there, it looks good. And then I put some Mod Podge into the center to put the coffee mug part on. And now I'm going to put the letters on, and I just put some Mod Podge on there, and I just make sure I have them evenly spaced out and put the letters on. I do that for both the fresh and the brewed. I put the brewed on the bottom part. Just put the Mod Podge on and then press each of my letters down into there. It took me forever, it seemed like, to get that Mod Podge off of my fingers once it dried. And then once I got the letters down there, then I put some Mod Podge over the whole thing just to help seal it and make it more durable, because it is going to be used next to our coffee pot. And then I do dry brush on the same color. This was white and I had a little bit of black on my paintbrush and I just mixed it right into there. I got a little too much on that E there, so I just touched it up a little bit, and there we go. Put almost some feet on there, and I didn't have any beads. That's what I really wanted to use, but I did have these caps that came off of the Danimals yogurt for kids. My grandkids love it. And so I save everything. So I saved these, and I was like, well, red goes perfect in my kitchen. The coffee pot's red. So I decided to use those, and I thought that the feet looked a little unfinished. So I just wrapped some of that jute rope around there, and it gave it more of a finished look. And there we go. I think it turned out so cute. Okay, for this third project, I am going to be making a Home Sweet Home pig sign. And I'm just taking this picture frame I had that the glass had broken in. And so I decided to use it for this project. And I'm just dry brushing on some more of that white paint with that little bit of black in there. And it just helped bring out the wood grain in this photo frame. And now I'm taking the cardboard back, and I'm painting it black. It may not have been as necessary for this project because the image is mostly black, but why not just stick with it, huh? And I lost some footage here, so you're not going to see me Mod Podge it on there, but that is what I did. I Mod Podged this on there. Now, if you want for it to be completely wrinkle-free, I didn't want mine to be wrinkle-free. I wanted it to have a little bit of wrinkles in it. All three of these projects had a little bit of wrinkling, not a lot on the coffee mug one, but on this pig one and on the first one with the silverware, I did. But that's how I wanted them. And but if you didn't, there's other methods you can use, like letting the Mod Podge dry and then putting your calendar page down, putting some parchment paper over that, and using an iron to reactivate the Mod Podge and put the page on that way. And that will make it wrinkle free. And then I just took some baker's twine and wrapped that around my frame. It gives it that little bit of red that I was talking about on the coffee pot charger. And then put my little piggy back into the frame, and now I'm going to make a bow to put on the top, because where the hanger was, you can see that on the front part of the image. So I'm just taking some baker's twine and some jute twine, and I cut several pieces of the jute twine, about 6 or 7, and then just one piece of the baker's twine, and tied those all together into a shoestring bow, and then just glue that over top of where the hanger part is. The hanger's on the back, but you can see it through on the front side of the calendar page. So just glue that on there. And there that is. Let's take one last look at all of these projects. Okay, that's all for this video. Let me know which one of these was your favorite. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.